So you guys are all about like the name is dumb?
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Because I'm like, you know what also is a dumb name? Yoda. You know what's another?
I'm not saying that that's the name.
All right, don't jump my throat.
I'm not saying that that's
this is why I'm gonna be hated, because what I have to say is not that bad. But you see how what a itchy trigger finger these Star Wars fans have.
I didn't say nothing.
You already say nothing.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't say the name was dumb. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. You know, for the last few weeks, I've been saying that I'm not going to talk about The Mandalorian. You know, so I'm just going to wait and do like a season wrap up. I'm going to wait to the end. And then something always big happens. That's right. And then we got to talk about it. Because every weekend I've been waking up, not Saturday, but every Friday morning, I've been waking up to about 3 or 4. Oh my gods! About how cool The Mandalorian is. Because some big event thing happened. Even on the episodes that are not that good. Yeah, the weaker episodes. There's always one significant thing that happens. And usually I want to see what's so good. But now, Martin's got me curious as to what he sees that's so bad. Martin straight up.
Is that what I said?
Well, Martin said, it must be, because Martin said, hey, you know what, y'all? I don't mean for y'all to do this, but y'all gonna hate me for this. And I don't know what that. Now that's what you said.
I did say that.
And I'm just curious to see what that is.
Okay.
Could it be that you missed the episode?
No, I saw it.
You saw it. Okay. All right. This week something big happened.
Several things.
Several big things happened. Because everybody's talking about one thing, and then but for me, I'm talking about this particular thing, and I think I'm gonna say something that's not gonna make people very happy either. Especially
you go first.
Right yeah, I'll go first. Because now you got people out there, big Star Wars fans. They saying, "Yeah, man, no, you can't call it Baby Yoda no more. That baby got a name."
Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts.
Grogu.
He's like, that's stupid.
He spit that name out. Grogu.
Grogu.
So you guys are all about like the name is dumb?
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Because I'm like, you know what also is a dumb name? Yoda. You know what's another?
I'm not saying that that's the name.
All right, don't jump my throat.
I'm not saying that that's
this is why I'm gonna be hated, because what I have to say is not that bad. But you see how what a itchy trigger finger these Star Wars fans have.
I didn't say nothing.
You already say nothing.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. I didn't say the name was dumb. I didn't say anything, and you already getting red and shit on it. Look at it.
I was just talking about the way the Mandalorian said it back.
And by the way, you really want me to get down to it? Yeah, Yoda's a dumb name too.
It is, I agree.
We're just used to it. Shit, Luke Skywalker's the dumbest name I've ever
exactly.
Now that's a dumb name.
Yeah.
It's very goofy.
I mean, Yoda, that's fine. Whatever.
But you are gonna get mad at me about this, because a lot of people telling me now you can't call it that no more, and I'm like, nah, bullshit. I don't Grogu.
His mama naming Baby Yoda. I'm gonna call him Baby Yoda.
No,
yeah, that's fine.
No, man. The thing is that no, this is still Baby Yoda.
No, I'm all for that. Like,
I couldn't even remember the name after they said it.
Same thing.
Here's the thing, because I was drawing a picture of him for something this weekend, and I'm looking for reference. And when I put in Grogu, I got one hit.
Yeah.
I put in Baby Yoda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. That they waited way too long to reveal his name, and so from now on, yeah, you can call him Grogu, you can call him whatever you want. He's Baby Yoda from here on out. It's not changing. I agree with you.
It is Baby Yoda. Ain't nobody gonna be asking what time the Grogu show is on.
Yeah, no one. Yeah,
they gonna want to know what time Baby Yoda is on.
Yeah,
my wife ain't gonna be asking what Grogu did this week. She's gonna be asking what did Baby Yoda do this week.
Yeah,
kids ain't gonna be asking, get me a Grogu doll. I want Baby Yoda.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you about that.
I thought it was a great episode. I thought it was.
Yes.
I thought it was probably the best episode that they have done.
I agree.
So far,
and of the entire series so far.
Yeah,
for me personally.
Yeah, no, and listen, because I've been liking all the episodes for different things. Oh, it's like this. They did that. Oh my God, there's a dude wearing jeans and a t-shirt in the background. This week
there he is.
This week we didn't have no jeans and t-shirt guy hiding in the shadows behind a wall. I would love it too. Like they
just make it a thing.
They make him. Yeah, they digitized him out.
He's like the Where's Waldo of the Star Wars universe. They should absolutely do that.
You know what? He should be the real emperor.
Yes. He's in the background watching.
He's been behind the scenes the whole time.
Gene's guy.
Gene's guy.
You have been deceived.
They didn't have any. They didn't have any big. They didn't have any huge. They had some cameos, but they didn't have any big cameos from people or anything this week. This one was big, but I don't even wonder how many people know. Still, how many of the young kids recognize the guy. But you know what I loved about this episode is that it was very atmospheric, man.
It was just one of the most unique worlds they created. Like I think this season and just in a long time for Star Wars. I just loved it. It reminded me of Fallout, the video game series. Like this is like an irradiated version of a Star Wars world where everything's just dead. And I really love that aesthetic.
I love that they got this character, the Magistrate, who people are familiar with her. I'm not, but if people in the Star Wars, especially like some of the spin-off shows and whatnot, I guess they're familiar with her. She's been around, right?
She was new to me. She's connected to someone very big, but
okay, maybe that's it.
That's what it is. And she's an industrialist working for someone, and she goes to these worlds on behalf of the Empire, abusing the populations and forcing them to slave labor to get resources.
Yeah, before we even get into her, there was. What I like about this episode is, like you said, the atmosphere. I'd never seen anything like this. Just this world that was just, ravaged and oppressed, and it's just, and very depressing looking. But I also thought that, in addition to that, man, they did a lot by saying very little, keeping it quiet. This is what I like about this, man. In the other episodes, you've had some big characters who pop up, and they made a big deal about it. Like, oh. They made sure they came up and appeared and were introduced in all that glory. This, I like the way they introduced this character, and we're talking immediately. Yeah, they like from the beginning. Ahsoka
Tano.
Yeah, man, played by Rosario Dawson, who I don't know that much about the character. I know very little about the character.
Yeah, she's one of the most popular characters in Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
This is her live action debut. She was created for the Star Wars: The Clone Wars. She's been featured in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah,
and this is her crossing over now.
Before she went live action, she was already talking shit to Darth Vader in cartoon form.
Our long-awaited meeting has come at last.
I'm glad
You.
She kind of does that. She does. Yeah.
I gave you something to look forward to.
We need not be adversaries. The Emperor will show you.
You said that dude in the background
just inching back.
He's like, yeah. So keep talking that shit.
You got it.
You know what?
You got it, girl.
I think you guys got this. I'm just going to step out. There's no need for me to be
Tell
here.
me where the remaining Jedi can be found.
There are no Jedi.
Perhaps this child will confess what you
What child? I don't know.
I didn't see anybody.
He's like, shit, he got me. Nah, man, she was already around. But the way they just brought her in,
It's the right way to do it.
I just thought that was cool, man. No big, like, look who this is. What they did was they made her mysterious at first, and they brought her in the beginning. And I just thought that scene was very well directed, man. What I mean by atmospheric, I'm not just talking about the way it looks. I'm talking about the way they use the environment. I thought that was pretty incredible direction, the way they had this fight take place in the dark and had her just taking out these people like she was a horror movie slasher. And it wasn't like they kept her under the hood or anything.
No, they revealed her. You know who it is.
Yeah, where they were all like, "Oh my God, is it who I think it is?" I'm like, people like, I know who it is.
Yes, the internet.
It's
Everybody
been
knows.
hyped out.
Yeah,
for a long time.
I like they didn't try to hide her in shadow the whole time.
No.
Like, yeah, and I just love the way the atmosphere plays on those lightsabers, those glow sticks.
Yeah,
you got
it's
right
a
there,
new
man.
lightsaber color.
Yeah, white. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Something new.
Yeah.
No, the whole choreography I thought was great. There's even a shot, and just to talk about like how this entire episode was shot. There's an Evil Dead-esque like camera like zoom. How in like the original Evil Dead, Sam Raimi like to portray like the deadite spirits like go in. He did that for like Ahsoka. We see from her perspective, it's horrifying.
Oh, she did ran up on
love
somebody.
that.
Yeah,
and she killed him.
No, she was a badass, man. Rosario Dawson was perfect casted.
Makeup
man.
looks great. That was one of the things I was concerned. I was like, okay, how are you going to make this character who's very cartoony looking transition over, and everything about it looked
Yeah, having
great.
her little I assume that's not hair. Is that just part of her flesh?
It's part of her her head. It's part of her own body.
Okay,
Yeah,
but the way it would just have little subtle movements, I thought was real good.
So don't tug on it, Martin.
She's like, they don't like that. Maybe you should tug on it.
No. I know how it is living with black women. You don't mess with them. Even if you think it's hair, you don't touch it.
I don't touch it. I'm starting to pull from other shows.
Yeah.
Like even, I understand taking stuff from books now.
Oh, there's a huge thing in this episode. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But no, I mean, it's funny because Dave Filoni, he directed this episode.
Yeah.
He's the creator of Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Rebels, and it felt so appropriate. Like, Ahsoka's his creation. That's his baby. You may not see it in The Mandalorian, but they're setting things in motion for other spin-off shows and movies.
And that's good.
And that's that Kevin Feige stuff. That's that Marvel stuff I think they've been paying attention to. And it's like, that's how we're going to build a true cinematic universe.
Dave Filoni and
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau have come in and starting to, they're pulling this together. They're doing what the movies, I hate to say it, what the movies couldn't do, shouldn't do. But the problem with the films, and I'm not going to go off on some big rant, the problem with the films is that the films have been all about everything big fan service, going back to what we know. And a lot of people used to argue like, man, don't get too nerdy with Star Wars. Don't go into deep dives with it where people don't understand, people don't like that. And I'm beginning to see now that that's the best thing they could have done, because
cherry picking,
going deep into things that other people might not have seen allows them to go through, and it's allowed them to pull things out that people know. It's allowed them to world build without having to do, all these forced callbacks, all the empty fan service. Going back to the books, they know that everybody doesn't know about those. So what's the use in trying to even make a big deal when it comes on? It's a big deal for the people who know, but for those people who don't know, like Martin and myself, who are watching, The Mandalorian and not keeping up with the books and whatnot, they're forced to make that part of the story now. Because they can't, it's not, because not everybody's going to know if they come in and be like, hey, remember this? And be like, no. So that's a great idea to do that.
We had conversations between characters, which was nice. And some of it was about exposition. Some of it was just about learning about each other. Like, I loved everything between Ahsoka and Baby Yoda and The Mandalorian and how we learned about that history and things. And it wasn't too exposition heavy. It just felt like these people were like, we're finally here. Now what do we do? And all just felt, as you said, quiet. Like no one's yelling dialogue at each other.
Well, it's moments where people know they're not yelling dialogue. It's not over dramatic. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with body language, interacting with each other. People, just
trauma.
People reading each other. We'll get to Michael Biehn a little bit, the way he's just sizing up. That's the cameo didn't have too much dialogue.
Oh yeah, he was Johnny Ringo from Tombstone the whole time. He's looking at Val Kilmer's like, you ain't shit. Mando's like, don't mess with me.
That was such I'll be your Huckleberry.
Very much so.
But there were moments in here, like even when they're fighting, it's still very kind of pulled back. It's still very, it still seems like, even when they're getting violent, they're still being kind of subtle and quiet about it. See, for those who are listening, all you heard was win. I appreciated that they had long lapses of time without any dialogue going on. People, again, just reading each other, looking at each other. And even when they got into the fight, it was still something where it wasn't... it
was grounded.
It was very grounded. It wasn't... they were fighting with lightsabers, but it wasn't too flashy. You got this great background.
It's like Kurosawa film. That's what exactly it is. The duel between masters.
Well, I think that's kind of what's going on and why this episode works so well, because we've already embraced the Western. Now they're starting to embrace the samurai aspect,
which is what you should do with the Jedi. It makes sense, especially for this more grounded take on Star Wars.
Yeah. I like that the villain was not so villainous to where you hated her because of, because she was being very boisterous about her villainy. I mean, look here, there were things here that she did.
She's blunt.
Oh, come on. What's a villain if they can't deliver a good monologue?
Yeah.
And she did kind of, but, she just said, hey, I'll fuck you up, and that's about it.
I was like, I don't care about any of these people, but, try it. I just like how blunt she was.
Well, I like how blunt she was, and I just saw, you saw she was a bitch before you before you even had to talk to her a whole lot. Like what she did with the prisoners.
Oh yeah, put them up there like on stakes almost.
Yeah, had like they were almost
Electrifying
being
them.
crucified or something.
Yeah, very
like
Romanesque.
Yeah, it's like an electrified cross or something.
Yeah, Mandalorian's like Jesus.
I know he's looking at
Yeah, it'd be bad enough to just have to stand there all day, let alone getting the shocks.
and once you want to
This is a
leave,
bit necessary.
I thought Michael Bean's cameo was cool because he was just a guy just the whole time, just like, hey, I'll jump when you tell me to jump, I'll do what you need me to do, but the whole time he's just like sizing quietly. You could tell he was doing just sizing the Mandalorian up.
The scene when Ahsoka and the magistrate are going at each other, and they're just standing there, and Michael Bean's the one that's only doing all the talking, because Mando, he doesn't have to talk. He's like, no matter what you're going to try to do to me, I'm going to get you. And I just love that whole back and forth. We'll see who wins. Your side, my side. It's great.
Making that dumb look on his face.
Yes. I'm going to get him. That was
Knocked you right off your feet.
Right on his
You didn't get a chance to stand up. It's like that move never works.
No,
that move never works.
Especially when you're looking like,
What am I gonna do?
he was not subtle.
I like the way the Mandalorian like this dumbass right here.
he's gonna
He's gonna
He
get
should
him.
have just shot him before he even put the gun
That
down.
would have been hilarious.
No, he just wanted to see how stupid he was gonna be. All right, we really gonna do this. Okay.
That was a great moment.
No, it was, man. Yeah, if people don't recognize him. That was Hicks from Aliens. Also,
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese from Terminator. Yeah, man. What did you not like about him, Martin?
The writing. It's funny. I thought this was the weakest episode of this season.
Really?
I mean, for all the good things you guys are bringing up about it, I thought the dialogue had no personality, as opposed to all the other episodes. When we get to that scene we just talking about, the Johnny Ringo scene, I was like, well, that was just dumb. For him to be the smart ex-military guy who's just there like a mercenary, who the Mandalorian is going to let go, the thing would have made more sense would have been for him to leave and go do something else. And I was like, that would have been more interesting than him pulling the cliche move of, I'm going to try to take one last shot. I was like, that was weak.
Well, maybe, because she's connected, right? Is she connected?
I think this whole thing, like, no matter what would have happened, he's going to die no matter what. Because Ahsoka's like, you've been torturing, killing these people. I'm going to kill you.
What's her name? The magistrate?
The magistrate.
Who is she connected with?
So there's a big character. I was wondering if we were going to touch on it. Ahsoka is the reason why she is there. It's not just to free these people and this town and to kick the magistrate out. She's looking for someone, and that person is Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is a very popular expanded universe legend Star Wars character. They brought him back for Rebels. He hasn't been featured in anything else since. And I think my whole thing is that's setting up the future Ahsoka Tano series. I don't know if we're going to get Grand Admiral Thrawn in The Mandalorian, but for people unaware of who Grand Admiral Thrawn is, he was a military strategist, genius for the Empire. A very different type of villain in Star Wars you don't often see. In Expanded Universe, when Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine died, he took the remaining Imperial forces under his control, and he proclaimed himself basically, I'm the Emperor now.
Well, is the magistrate connected to him?
Yes.
So he's connected with the Empire.
Yes,
because my whole thing was everything's connected with the Empire one way or another through this series. So my thought was Michael Biehn, whatever his character's name was, he's like, well, shit, I'm working for this woman. The Empire's gonna kill me if I don't do something.
Sure,
because they kill everybody who doesn't do something.
I think he was gonna die no matter what.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, look, the Empire hunts people down. We just saw a dude kill himself with an electric pill because he said the Empire is going to do much worse than what you do. So anybody who works with the Empire, if they don't do what they're supposed to do or try their best, then they're going to be dead anyway. So he's like, well, shit, this is what I got to do.
And that's a lot to read into that. I mean, you might be right, but that's a lot, especially.
Well, I don't think there's a lot because she already said that, like, I'm working for this person, so it's like whoever you working for, they're gonna kill you if you don't try to
we see
take this guy down.
So much of the crux of this episode is nothing can penetrate Beskar. No matter what you thought before, it cannot. Even a lightsaber can't. So firing on a guy who's wearing all that armor, it's like, this is a waste of your time. Even just taking the chance to run, or just in writing to do something different rather than the old cliche. We both draw guns on each other. I think would have been better. what I came to realize with this is that because I don't know the lore, I haven't read the books, watched any of the shows. If you have, every time you see this stuff, you kind of light up because you're like, oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. Now, for me, it wasn't like they're talking about your stuff I don't know. I don't care, but I was like, they're talking things I don't know that I can learn at some point, but they aren't filling me in with enough of the substance of things that will keep me going. I didn't hate the episode, but I was so like, this is the first one that left me, the first one this season that left me dry. Gotcha. And especially when we finally get to the end and it's the, okay, well now here, you can take him. I can't for reasons. And you got to fly to this other place. I was like, oh my God, once again, can I get somewhere where somebody's going to help? It's always, nope, go here. Nope, you got to go here. You got to go here. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't see that.
I mean, at the end of the day, what I want to see is where we are at the end of the season. To see, like, is this has been one long side quest the entire time? Because if so, then it's like, okay, then I can retroactively say, it's like, all right, so that was just an issue they have to work on. But I want to see where the final destination, the final destination is at the end of the season to finally go, like, okay. Like, you can't do that anymore. Yeah. we got to come to some type of conclusion for some of these characters. The my whole thing is, like, for this series, because it's going to go on for years, right? We assume. Sure. Is it all going to be about Baby Yoda? Right. And the relationship, or is that going to eventually come to a natural end? You know, it is about the Mandalorian. So you imagine you start a new story off. So
I get what I totally understood. I personally don't think it was a stretch for the Michael Biehn cameo, but I do understand what you're saying about the end, because I think that's what everybody's been complaining about. I think everybody's been complaining about that because they've done this every episode since the beginning. Yeah. Oz has made a point, and I guess that's why it didn't bother me, because it's like, well, they've been doing this every episode. It's gonna be too late for me to be complaining about this now. I just have to see where this is going. Right. But they have been setting this up where it's the same cycle where at the end they're like, all right, give me that, you take this and run that shit over there.
Yeah, it's a fetch quest. It's a fetch quest. It's an RPG.
Yeah, that's the formula that they've been doing. Now, either that's going to be the formula that they will do, because these Westerns kind of did the same thing back in the day. Very so true. Maybe this is something that either is going to get to a point where people accept it, or I can understand if they're like, I don't know, man. I've seen this shit over and over again. When is he going to do something else?
I mean, it would have been cool, or at least it would have satisfied me better if, rather than, I can't help you, let me send you on another quest, where it would have been like, all right, we'll stick around for another episode and we'll try things with him. Let me see what I can do.
I think the reason why they want to send you off to, and another thing that doesn't bother me about it at this point so much, is because I've always been about show me different places, show me other worlds, show me other characters. So if they send them off to go someplace else at this point, I like that they are starting to build things and expand things. So,
or her saying, let me go there with you.
I'm so used to Star Wars just being so bombastic and all over the place and loud, and I'm the Mandalorian has brought back these real intimate moments. Yeah. That they forget Star Wars is, that's what's made a lot of Star Wars moments. Some of these smaller moments between characters. But I understand what you're saying, man. It's like everybody's gonna find something different in every episode. Sure. Sure. I can't help you, man. I try.
I mean, I know that what I'm saying isn't crazy, but I know how Star Wars fans can be.
No,
not a knock against you.
No, I know. I totally understand and respect. See, well, you're snickling over there. I'm trying to have a nice conversation, trying to start something. I totally understand your complaints. I do.
Well, you say, not to say what you're saying is crazy, but you Star Wars fans are crazy.
It's not what I'm saying.
I know what he's trying to do. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, I still loved it though. It is.
It's my favorite so far.
It is my favorite too, man. I'm sorry. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, because I want to try to meet you. Yeah, but
Grogu.
But no, Baby Yoda. Yeah. Ain't no Grogu here.
Waited too long.